Okay. Hello. Welcome to Star Trek Pathos. Still Season 1, Episode 9, Allure, Part 4. With me here are some very special guests. So, these are my players, if you didn't know. So, hello.
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 Indeed. Hello, everyone. Good evening, or whatever time it is for you.
So, would you like to introduce yourselves and your character, please?
Sure. I'm starting because I'm at the top. So yeah. Hello, everyone.
No, you're not the captain.
Yeah,
You're not at the top.
Yes. But yes, hello, everyone. Yes, I am CangoFango. Players will likely call me Cango during this game. And, well, yeah. Kango's the sort of shorter name, as you probably have gathered. And I play Doviah Drenlich Twossock, who is the human communications officer on the USS Pathos.
My name is Dodrebur, or Dodd, and I play Captain Shiun of the USS Pathos, who is a Vulcan.
I am Sir Rogue, and I play Nero, and I play the flight controller.
Thank you very much.
Nice.
I didn't expect that sentence to finish, but I did.
Wow. So proud.
I do not have that much of a big ego, do I?
So,
Maybe a little.
Hello, CangoFango in chat. Yes, that's the title. Rogue, Roomsbath. Hello, Roomsbath. VGR. Hello, VGR. So,
Sure.
I suppose we should begin with a recap. So, who wants to do the recap?
The GM.
Okay,
I'd say.
sure, but who's going to do the recap?
The GM kind of volunteered, didn't you?
Okay, so
I think it's best.
last time you managed to use a puzzle box to gain entry to this asteroid base, which seems to be abandoned. Some strange stuff was going on there, with the puzzle box receiving a code before it was being sent, even though it didn't even have a receiver or a transmitter for that case. And yes, so I think that was what most of the time was spent on. There was some further investigation about the power grid as well, and there is, even though there is power in the asteroid systems, the power doesn't appear to be coming from anywhere. It's just, there's no generator, no reactor, or anything like that, no batteries.
Mm-hmm.
So, at the end of last stream, a team went onto a shuttlecraft comprised of the captain, the communications officer, our pilot, as well as, you said, 2 security officers, I believe?
Yes.
And Mr. Jos Westaker was left in charge of the bridge, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You'd made your way over to the asteroid, past the barrier of where the protective shield thing was. The space doors automatically opened for you. You touched down, they closed behind you. The space was pressurized with a breathable atmosphere, which is quite fortunate. And I believe that that is everything that happened last time. Yes?
Oh, yeah.
Am I missing something?
I'll get my notes up. One moment.
No, that sounds about right. There was a lot of agonizing over decisions and trying to figure things out.
As usual.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, we decoded the password, the symbol.
Well, you figured out there were numbers. But
Decoded.
Yes.
you figured out that there were numbers, but you didn't really find any more meaning in them
Yeah,
outside of them being numbers and seemingly a sort of
Yeah, true.
code.
That is true.
And Doviah managing the feat of entering 100 characters in 5 seconds.
Well, it was 10 seconds,
Yes.
more like,
Yes.
but yes.
But yes.
Using all
What a
sorts of
difference that makes.
It's still quite a lot, and we're still trying to work out if we've jumped parallel universes again.
Well, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly.
You might have done. Okay.
That'd be a weird thing to think, though. I'm
Yeah.
very confused by that.
Yeah, we'll find out.
says the
eventually.
player who has extra knowledge.
It's not that much extra knowledge.
That's a bit of extra knowledge. Anyway,
Well,
so let's get started. Shuttle's just touched down. The room has been repressurized. And you're ready to exit your shuttlecraft.
Right.
Oh yeah, we're playing COD as well now, So it's Borderlands, COD, and any other game reference can we get in?
Well, we'll see. So,
We shall see, Captain.
who
Actually, no, not Captain. It's the other game.
would you like to do anything before you exit the shuttlecraft, or would you like to just exit the shuttlecraft?
Probably run some scans.
Yeah, I'd say
Okay.
so. Scan for traps, things like that.
Scan for any signs of automated systems in the
Yeah.
area, if that's something we can do.
You can try.
I guess make sure everything seems safe. Like,
Yeah.
you know, there's not like a hidden hole in the ground that, you know, we're just gonna fall into because it's hologrammed over or something.
I mean, what are the chances of that happening?
I wonder.
Okay, I've got the shuttlecraft's stats up. So who's gonna lead the roll?
I mean, Yarly Wisdom's not with us,
Nope.
so
No.
It's probably best if it's one of you three.
yeah.
Yes.
By the way, chat, if volumes need to be changed, please let me know. I think I'm
Will
gonna
do.
boost Dodd a bit. There we go.
Think these are usually like science and reason or something. Science and insight. I don't know.
Yeah, yes. I think science plus control could also work in this case, since you're using the shuttlecraft's sensor systems. I think that could also work.
So for me, that's 14.
So science plus control, you said?
That's one thing that could work.
Mine's 11. So yeah. I'd say
All right.
Yeah,
I guess
sure.
Shiun is the one who scans now.
Well,
It is a title of great honor.
Yes.
And yes, it is hereditary.
good.
All right. Focuses.
Talents.
I have it noted that we are full on momentum.
We are on 5 momentum.
Okay.
Great.
And okay. Difficulty?
Difficulty in this case, I'm going to put it 2. The
2.
shuttle, by the way, even though it's going to assist, it's only got a 4 target to assist.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I would like to buy 1 die.
Sure. Why not?
So we start this mission off on the right foot.
Oh, I thought you were going to scan first before you exit.
Yes. Deb, feel free to purchase one.
Alright. Scanning away.
Well,
Good thing
Wow.
you bought that. Good thing you bought that.
what were those?
Wow.
15, 17. Okay.
Oh.
Well,
Good
we
thing
know what to
Once
do right
again,
now.
Well, it's good that
I
we're starting
continue
from the
to
wrong
be-
right foot.
I continue to be incapable of rolling well.
I mean, if this were D&D, then...
Yeah.
Yeah.
In any Star Trek campaign, no matter what I'm doing, I'm
Oh.
just rolling bad
I mean-
for some reason.
We'll see. So, who would like to roll for the ship?
I can do it.
Okay, your target is 4. So you just roll 1d20. Although,
Well,
the type F Shellcraft does have the rugged design talent, which is useful.
So that's science plus sensors, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what am I using the talent? Well, how can I use the talent?
No, the talent isn't useful for this, but it's just useful in general. That's what I
right.
meant.
Okay, so focus used, of course. Complication is 1, that's fine. I'll roll as the ship. Here we go. Oh, that's good. 1 success.
Wow.
1 extra success.
Wait a minute. Wait.
No,
That
you
is
rolled
not
the
a
Pathos.
success. You rolled as the Pathos, not as the shuttle. That's a
Oh.
9. That's a 9, so that does not
Wait,
count
so
as a
how-
success.
Oh.
You would have just rolled 1d20 normally, so that's a
Oh,
a
sorry.
9.
That's my bad.
So do we count that or not?
you're the DM.
Since
I'll leave it up to you.
I would roll
I would say
again.
yes, but I'm a bit.
I'm gonna roll again because it's the wrong values.
That bit flimsy, but sure. In this case, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't... I mean, you increased it by 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got 1 success out of the
Right.
2 that you needed.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean that you completely fail at it. It just means you don't
Mhm.
necessarily get all the stuff you would have otherwise gotten.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Sure. It's better
Yep.
than nothing.
do a basic scan. There are plenty of automated systems in the walls. There are tractor beam emitters, sensors, force field emitters. No weapons systems that you can detect. No life signs still. Atmosphere is breathable. Radiation levels are negligible. And you detect no holes in the floor that you could fall through, although you do detect some small, what look like ventilation shafts in the walls. But they are so small that you couldn't crawl through them.
Right.
We
Right.
better not risk it. What do you mean? We better not risk getting out of
Getting
the shuttle?
Just imagine if it's in the actual episode, they take
Uh-huh.
scans, they see, okay, that's all there.
And that's
we,
what the,
we won't risk it.
yeah,
no.
that's even the security officer who
Yeah.
says that.
Exactly.
Wow.
Anyway, so what do you want to do?
I'd say we risk it.
Yeah. Yes. Let's
So
start moving, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to know who is going to exit first, please.
Security.
Probably the captain. Oh, well, security
I'd
can do
say-
so if they want.
Okay. So, security exit first.
Well, one of them anyway.
Around. Let's see.
Don't fancy getting shot in the ass.
Okay. Nothing seems to happen. And you all make your way out.
Good.
You are now standing in a quite sizable landing pad area. The walls are made... You can see the walls are just dug into the rock. Looking over them, you can still see what looks like directed energy cutting that was used to cut, like phaser drills, for example, to cut through the rock. The floor is a very smooth, almost reflective white. and there is a personnel-sized door ahead of you. It's maybe like 3 meters wide and 3 meters tall. Looks like it's probably not automatic, considering that there is a form of control on the side. You can see it's a panel that has the surface of it is kind of hilly almost, like it has some grooves in it and some hills. You're not sure if it's meant to fit a certain form of hand or if it's some other reason for it. But yes, so you're outside of the shuttle, not the asteroid.
We're outside of the shuttle.
So what do you want to do? You can try to open the door if you want to.
Interact with the door panel.
I'd like to investigate
Or
the door
something.
panel more carefully.
Investigate
Yeah.
it.
Seems reasonable.
But well, we've just had a player say interact
No.
with the door panel.
That was just an idea. I'm not actually doing that now.
Well, it sounded like you were going to do it, but sure. Okay, you want to investigate?
Yes.
Roll to investigate door. Well, actually, what do you want to do?
I'm not entirely sure how to investigate alien technology.
Well,
Maybe scanning it
usually
in particular?
the tricorder tends to help with that. Also, just playing around with it tends to help with that.
We'll start with the tricorder and
Yeah.
take it from there.
Okay.
Yes, we don't know what'll happen
So-
if we get something wrong.
You can, if you want to, you can roll for it. It's going to be a difficulty 0 task. Might generate a bit of momentum if you want to.
Mhm.
So in this case, it's going to be engineering plus. I guess it would be engineering plus reason.
Other people than me are better at engineering. I'm good with science stuff.
What'd you say it was?
Engineering plus
Engineering and reason.
I suppose I'm the less thing to an engineer.
Mine's 13.
How the
Mine's 12 for the record.
Mm-hmm.
reason. And for the door roll?
Right, anyway. That one, 2 is complication range, I assume is 1.
Yes.
Reason, right? It's pretty
Mhm.
low, but I'm just thinking of an engineer here, so. Reason thing 2, reason 1. There we go. I got 1.
1. So that's
Okay.
1 momentum.
I mean, that's good. Up back to 5?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this
God
does
damn it.
appear to be indeed a control panel for the door. It looks like the surface of it is quite matte, but it looks like there are different areas that are sensitive to pressure. Some of them look like they're connected to the magnetic motors that cause the doors to open and close. Others look like they're connected to some sort of locking mechanism on the door. GM gives description.
Oh,
Long
yeah.
pause. Player.
Sorry,
Okay, so we know we interface with this thing using this Viuni artifact,
Mhm.
but I don't think we know enough about the Viuni to know how their biology
No idea.
might affect the situation.
No idea whatsoever.
so can I open the door?
You can try to, yes.
Yeah, why not? Let's try and open the door.
Okay, you
Go a
apply
bit
some
crazy.
pressure on one part of the control panel, and the doors slide open silently. Ahead of you is a corridor and the wall, ceiling, floor is completely this almost reflective white, very sterile looking material. You can see there are lights on the ceiling, and yes, bit down the corridor you can see several doors either side, and at the far end there's another door.
Okay. Probably get one of the security to go in and check it.
Mm-hmm. Goes in, walks along the corridor.
And then
Everything
shall
seems
we
to
go?
be fine. Everything seems to be fine. They give the all clear.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Then we'll go in.
Okay.
Probably. Right. What's in the room? Remind me.
What room do you mean? The one with the shuttle
We're
in
in
or
a
the
hallway.
corridor?
There are several doors.
Yes.
Okay. Which door do you want me to check? Captain?
So there are 3 either side and 1 at the far end.
All right. I think we split
Yay!
Nero onto security, not like fully splitting.
Yeah.
Nero onto security,
Of course.
Doviah and security, and I'll stay in the hallway monitoring, because I have the constantly watching talent.
Ooh.
So tasks to detect danger or hidden enemies have reduced difficulty.
Actually, since you have that, give me a security plus insight check with a difficulty of, well, 2 in that case.
Ooh.
Okay. Security, insight. Okay. Dice or no dice?
Well, at least 2.
Ha.
Hey, that's the second one of those I've gotten this stream.
Congratulations.
You've only got one more, I'm afraid.
Yes.
Don't use it up.
Okay, I guess I'll just go for it. Don't have a lot of hope for it, but maybe we'll buy a die.
Sure.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Sure. Just makes me feel better
Mm-hmm.
when I'm prompted by the GM to roll security and insight.
Yeah. I see that.
Hey, look at that.
Ah,
Yay.
and you only needed 2.
Yo.
Great. Congratulations.
Nice.
Okay, that 0 was a 14. That's not anything
Yeah.
too
It's
risky.
not that bad, but still.
Yeah.
Okay, so as the others begin to move along the corridor,
And I figure we'll just like go methodically, like
Yeah.
one pair on one side, one pair on the other side,
Yes.
doing the doors that are
Mhm.
across from each other.
Makes sense.
You are keeping a watchful eye, and you notice there is a black strip going along the corner of the corridor, both sides, like where the walls meet the ceiling. And you notice that there is a little, it's very, very dim, a little dim blue light following parallel with them as they're walking along the corridor.
Ooh.
What would you like to do, Dodd? If anything.
Huh. Interesting. I guess I'll scan it. That's weird.
Okay. Now... Okay. So...
It's not like an immediately threatening sign, but it is odd enough to investigate.
Sure. So, give me another roll. Engineering plus insight. Difficulty 1 this time.
Great. And an even worse stat. Okay.
Aw. It's only difficulty 1 though.
Yeah. Engineering, not my best. Not my best.
Huh.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Yes.
And she
Nice.
rolls a 1.
Yeah.
So we're back at 5. Congratulations.
And another 14.
Great.
Okay,
And
so
pushes up to level 14, so that's not bad.
Yeah.
you scan it. The tech is a bit strange. The closest thing it reminds you of is actually transport enhancers. So a special kind of set. It definitely has components to it that remind you of transporter systems. It also has sensor parts to it. The light itself appears to be a byproduct from a some sort of continuous scan that's happening. That's focused on the people walking down the corridor.
Okay.
So, while that's happening, who would like to go into one of these doors first?
Yeah, go on then.
Sure.
Oh. God, Dan. Sorry, I sneezed then. Whew.
It's fine.
Yeah, well, sorry, yeah, go to the door.
Mm-hmm. So you go first?
Is it open?
Do you go on the left
Yeah.
or right side?
Let's go. Left.
Left. Okay. So the door has another one of those control panels. You go over, apply some pressure in a certain area. Door silently slides open. Inside is a room. It's not that large. It's got lots of equipment access points in it. You've got different conduits of things and cables and access panels and grates and things like that. All still looking very clean, very sterile, white, reflective material. You can see there's some still analog control panels that are kind of at an angle on the walls. You've got different buttons and dials and things like that. You could give me a check if you wanted to see what this equipment does.
Yeah, what check is it?
It would be engineering plus insight, in this case difficulty 1.
Oh. Okay. Communication rate, what's it, blah blah blah.
Suspiciously electronics, suspiciously clean ones.
Oh.
Okay. What was that 0? 15.
Sorry.
That's okay. So
You're not got the same, what the hell? Oh man, it'd be really bad, man.
this is a subspace transceiver. Or at least it's the access room to one. So you've got all the controls for it.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, so that's what this equipment is. A subspace transceiver, VGR, so it can send and receive subspace, or in other words, faster than light communications. They can be to communicate over great distances. So, yes,
I could go into all of it, but you'll be here for ages. You've tapped your feet, so it's fine.
Would you, if you would like to ask additional questions, you may do so at the cost of momentum. So it's an opportunity information.
You know what? I probably will be... No. I try to spoil my security with a load of babble.
Okay.
All right.
Incidentally, the
Sure.
word Babel comes from Babylon because of all the different languages that were spoken there, where lots of people couldn't understand each other. So that's where that comes from, to speak incoherently. Anyway, so...
Interesting.
Right, Kango.
I like how no matter what dimension we are in, Nero lives to annoy his fellow crewmate.
Well, what can I say?
Okay, so... Kango,
Yes.
you're going... I'm assuming you're taking the right side in this case?
Yes.
Okay,
So
you...
deal with another security officer.
Yes. The other one, yes. So, again, you open the door by applying pressure to one specific part of that control.
Is it always
panel.
the same point
Yes.
for each door?
Yes.
Okay.
Door silently slides open. Again, a very clean, very white, reflective room. Inside, it looks like... There are these big closet-sized aisles going down this room. The room is maybe 10 by 10 meters around there.
Mm-hmm.
These rows of essentially they look like, you know, those old computers that were the size of a room where you had these aisles of
Yes.
Yep.
computer. It looks essentially like that, only a bit more reflective.
Mm-hmm.
They don't go all the way to the ceiling. So I said they don't.
Mm-hmm.
And they look like they've got the removable panels. The handles look like they've got a bit of a strange shape to them. Probably not meant for your hand layout, but you could remove some of them if you wanted to. Or if you would rather not, then you can not do that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Servers, that's the word for it, but I meant more the
Yeah.
old 60s style of computer, not necessarily modern servers. But yeah, that's a close analogy.
Mm-hmm. So I'd probably start scanning them.
Okay. Inside plus engineering. I have a feeling that's going to be a popular role.
Mm-hmm. That's 14.
Difficulty 1.
2 die, it's fine. Probably. Okay. Sure. That's fine. I'll just roll 2 successes.
Okay. Okay, so you've generated 1 more momentum. You're at maximum. Congratulations. And
Great.
this, you scan them and you see that they're basically shelves full of electronic storage devices. Essentially, it's a library, perhaps, of electronic records.
Right. Can I see any of them? Can I look at any?
They're behind the covers.
Oh, right. So. Sure. Okay. Are there any cameras?
I mean, you did detect
There are sensors in
internal
the walls.
sensors. So
Did I know
you were
about
in the
this
you,
one?
you were in the shuttle when this was discovered.
Oh, yeah.
So I would assume that you would know about them.
Okay.
Yes. This
Hmm.
this is a captain who shares information
Sure.
at the
Yeah,
very
makes
least.
sense. That makes sense. So, sure, I remove a cover.
Okay. You don't find one that's that specific shape, but you find one that's a B
Ah.
shape. No,
Right.
you don't. You
Yes,
remove
yes.
one of them. A little bit awkward, given the shape of the handles. You remove one of them. Inside,
I mean, that's
it's
fine.
just basically like on a shelf. It's a rack of these different, essentially metallic rectangular boxes that are slotted in there. They've each got a handle as well to be able to easily pull them out if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm. So, would I know what I could do with these? Sure. I pull one of them out.
Okay, it's in your hand. Surprisingly heavy.
Nice. So, yeah,
You can see-
I explore the
You
rest
can
of the
see
room.
you can see that on the front side of it, the side opposite the side that has the handle,
Mm-hmm.
it looks like there are electronic connectors there, as though it could maybe be plugged into something.
Okay, so I just...
I know this feels like an adventure game, but it really isn't.
I think it's quite adventurous. I just...
I put it in my inventory.
Yes.
That doesn't seem to work. Why would I combine that with that? That doesn't seem to work.
Of course.
And so on.
Yes, I go looking for... I explore the rest of the room, look for something where I can plug it in perhaps and see what it actually is.
So you look around the room.
Yes, I just
Find-
explore
Okay.
the aisles.
So you find near the back there is a slanted console with analog controls on it, and there is a slot in it that looks like it might fit in. Got the same dimensions, so you could maybe slide it in there if you wanted to.
Okay, I'll attempt that. Is the thing running?
What do you mean?
Is the... Like all the computers, are they running? Or are they all...
What do you mean all the computers?
You said they're like aisles of computers.
Does the console look like it's on?
So the aisles aren't computers, they're the storage racks. The
Oh, yeah, sorry.
The console
Sorry, yeah,
itself.
the console.
The console itself, you can see
Uh-huh.
there are all sorts of dials and gauges on it. There is no activity here at the moment.
Okay. And... Sure, so I just attempt to plug it in.
Okay, you put it in. Soon as you do, Carol shouts, "Wait!" But that's too late. From who should try it from a distance? Too late. So you put it in.
Mhm.
There's a screen, and on the screen comes up what is probably some sort of text, but the symbols look similar to the numbers you had before, but they're completely different characters. Probably a form of either they're, well, some sort of written language. I hesitate to use the word alphabetic because it may be pictographic or syllabic, who knows. Anyway, so while you're doing that, what's the captain doing? As the two have entered, the little blue lights seem to have followed them into the different rooms.
I think she's gonna kind of call out, proceed carefully. There is sensor and transporter technology lining this space.
Mm-hmm.
There's no telling what the transporter technology might do if it detects anything strange.
And that's the point when the thing gets inserted into, just as it gets inserted into the console. And things come up.
Everything's
You can
fine.
hear some beeping from the console. Some of the gauges the dials move a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right. Is the text on the dials?
there are numeric symbols on them, but you don't know what they mean. So
Okay.
Okay. So while that's happening, Rogue, what would you like to do? You've been talking quite a while about subspace communications. Is there anything further you would like to investigate in this room at this time, or would you like to move on? There are control panels, but you don't know how to operate them.
Yeah, I start mucking around with some of the control panels.
Okay. So, just random stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, well then give me a percentile check. Just 1d100, please.
11.
11.
Yay.
Okay.
Yeah, just.
Shiun just loves it when the party randomly messes with alien technology.
So, you mess around with it, and you get some beeps and buzzes from different parts of the console. Some of the gauges change. There are some small displays that are displaying some form of numeric values that change as you fiddle with some of the stuff. Do you want to continue to do that as we go to other characters, or would you like to do something else? Who knows what might happen if you do?
Do I know? Can I? Is it still displaying stuff?
Yes.
Can I scan the stuff it's displaying and store it till?
You can record what's happening.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I do that.
Okay. Right, and then do you continue to play with it?
Yep.
Okay, sure. So we'll come back.
And then recording the data of that.
Yes.
And then
we'll come back to you in a little while. So, Kango, what do you want to do? You've just inserted it. You've got all sorts of text on the display.
So is it like... So there's no kind of input field or anything, it's just text?
No. It is just text.
Right, so there's also dials about. So are there buttons as well? Or
Yes, on the control panel, yes.
And none of them I recognize the symbols of?
Some of them you recognize are numeric symbols from the code from before. Others you don't know.
I don't want to just press random buttons. I refuse. It's tricky.
By the way, who has the box?
I do.
Okay. For the better.
It's my puzzle box. I pseudo bought it. So it was free.
Yeah, so... Can I try to unplug it again?
Yes. You pull it out and all the displays, everything goes off again.
Okay, I put it back to where I found it.
Okay. Do you also replace the cover?
Yes.
Okay, right. So,
I don't want to do random stuff, I don't know what it does.
okay, so do you want to then go into the next door on the right? No. Yes, right.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, actually I need to change these two around. One moment. Just because it makes much more sense this way around. One moment. Quickly reorganizing my notes a tiny little bit.
Alright.
Okay. That should theoretically be better. Oh, now I see. Sure. Okay.
What have I done now?
No. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just trying to make this a little bit easier to read. Okay, I'm done. So,
Okay.
you go into the second door on the right, and here you open it. The thing that immediately strikes you is this wave of heat emanating from the room.
Mm-hmm.
Inside, you can see lots of different, you think are probably power conduits, coming in from all sorts of different points on the ceiling and walls, coming down to a central point at the far side of the room. And you can see what looks like power being pumped away from that spot. Just by looking at the lights on the conduits moving out.
Mm-hmm.
Convenient power cables that show direction of energy flow.
I mean,
Gotta love that in sci-fi.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's not as though it is not fitting.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I do not think we should touch that, Miss Doviah.
Miss Twossock, thank you very much. I won't touch it, but I might
Lick it.
go in closer.
Okay, go in closer. As you enter the room, you got some of the conduits either side. There are a few meter distance between on either side, but you do definitely feel the heat emanating from them. Probably some sort of electroplasma power system.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do?
I go over towards one of them, and just
You
look
mean
at it
on the
closer.
sides?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
On the left
Yeah.
side.
It's a power conduit, similar to the ones on the Pathos, but probably slightly different technology. But it looks similar enough to be able to recognize it.
Mm-hmm. Right. So I'll keep note of that. If they all look the same, I'll just exit again. Well, actually, no. I'll inspect each of them closer, like to see if they're any different from each other.
You inspect all of them, and they seem pretty identical. Other than which directions they go off in and at what points they disappear into the wall.
Okay. Sure. So yeah, I'd probably head out again then. Like, are they like the grates? Are there any removable grates from the walls?
No. There are so the walls are still very smooth, reflective. It looks like you might be able to pry off some of the panels if you wanted to, but they look like they are the walls' facades. It doesn't look like they're meant to be taken off.
Okay, that's fine for now. So yeah, I'd probably just head out again.
Okay, all done here then, I suppose. Sure.
I say
So, while that's happening,
As you enter the hallway, Captain turns to you and is like, "Have you found anything?"
I found power conduits. It seemed to have power emanating from them. And in the other room there was some computers, there was some storage units. I was able to plug them into the computer, but there was text appearing, I couldn't read it. It was likely. Yeah, I put it back.
I see.
Okay.
Right.
I mean,
I
Sure.
would say to attempt to transfer it back to the ship, but I am uncertain if that would be wise under the circumstances.
Yes.
We may have to attempt to copy the data later.
Yes, I agree. That could be. Yes, that could be a good choice.
plus that's something that we can do in a time skip as well later
Sure.
on. Don't have to do that step by step real time. So meanwhile, in the subspace transceiver room, still playing with the controls, different things happening. At one point, you hear what sounds like a buzzing coming from one of the what looks like a coil of some sort. Press some buttons again, the buzzing vanishes again, and give me another percentile check.
Who?
Rogue.
Yeah, sorry. Hoink. 38. Has it exploded yet?
What?
Has it gone boom?
What did you roll?
What?
38.
It
Where?
didn't show it on me for my side.
Yeah. I don't see it either.
Roll again, please.
Okie dokie. Uh-huh.
8.
Shut up that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
strange.
Right. Anyway,
Okay. Now, so, by the way, the target for something happening was 10%.
oops.
So, 8 triggers that.
Yay!
Roll 1d6.
Damage.
6.
6. Okay.
That was like to explode.
So, on the screen, there's a screen, you get up, something appears that looks like a star chart of something. Actually looks quite similar to the star chart that was in the ruins on the Salt Vampire planet.
Oh, lovely.
But it only stays for a moment. You can see a part of it kind of gets highlighted, flashes, and then all the controls, everything goes off.
Ah.
What do you want to do?
So,
Not a map of the vampire houses. It's a map of the stars.
Would be interesting though. Yeah.
Can I do what I did before?
Yes, but nothing seems to respond.
I guess I broke it.
Congratulations, Nero.
So, what do you want to do now? Rogue.
Better do some useful recordings.
So I'm still recording as I'm mucking around, so I assume I probably recorded it. So I put them back. Well,
you said you were recording it, so
Yeah.
I assume you continued to record it.
Mm-hmm.
no. So I guess I will stop recording. Then I just go say I got. Then I go to back out then.
Okay, you exit, and you can see the captain currently speaking with Doviah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do?
I just probably walk up. Do you find anything?
Yes. Actually, I found in that room. I found some storage units. I plugged them into a console and take Bashal. I think that what was. What was it? Not Bashal. What was the
Viuni.
Viuni, yes, Viuni. Some text popped up. It looked Viuni. I of course couldn't read it, so I put it back. And in the other room was power conduits with power emanating from them. They all looked identical, multiple in the room. Other than that, I've not found anything yet.
Yeah, and then I say what I found. And I said that I mucked around with it a bit and got some recordings. We can look at them later.
Very well.
Right.
I am thankful you did not do something harmful like shut down the life support or something along those lines.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
Yeah.
It would have.
Consider that lucky then.
Yes.
So, what do you want to do now? Group of people?
Well, there
done that
are
door.
3 more rooms.
Yeah. Explore those then. I'd say.
Well,
Cool.
there is 3 more rooms plus the one at the far end. There's a door at the far end of the corridor as well. So in the center of it, where the corridor ends.
Which, based on what our scans told us previously, probably leads to a giant empty room.
Yes. Well, not empty. It's got atmosphere in it. But anyway.
Yes.
Well, yes.
So which room do you want to check next?
I go, money, blah, 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 blah. I hit that one. One on the left.
Okay, the next
one
one.
opinion, that was
The next one on the left?
Yeah.
Okay. You enter it. More machines, more consoles. Quickly going over it. You reckon there is a significant amount of autonomous activity here? It looks like it's some sort of defensive system. Probably you recognize some parts of it that make you think it's probably for some sort of force field generator or shield system or something like that. But you see that there are... I mean, that's only a small part that you recognize. And some of the dials are moving up and then moving down again, and some lights flash over here and then over there, and things happening autonomously. Good point, Eliza.
I just scan the whole entire room.
Okay. Sure. You scan it and collect data from it.
Yeah.
While that's happening, what do the captain and Doviah want to do? Scan the whole entire room.
No. I will.
I'm making a discovery.
Yes.
Doing none of that.
Who was I going with before? There was another security guard.
Yes, you were going with the security
Where are
officer.
they?
They're right beside you.
Okay, I'd probably, if the teams are probably staying the same, so I'll probably go with them to the next room then, on the left.
And I would like to check those sensor transporter things, see if they're behaving any differently than they were before.
Okay. So you said left, yes?
Yes, another room Nero's going to, but then one next to it.
Okay. Right, sure. So you walk down the corridor, enter,
Mhm.
and there are more shelves. This time the walls look a bit different. They're not the usual white, reflective, smooth. They look like they look similar to armor plating, essentially. Grey. You can see some of them, there are what look like scorch marks on them. And there are lots of shelves, and on the shelves are crystal spheres, like the one that you bought.
Ooh.
And there are dozens of them.
Right.
While you're doing that,
I see. Sure.
Captain, you wanted to observe? Yes?
Yes.
I'm going to say that costs 1 momentum, just as an obtain information.
Sure.
Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
I'll take that as a yes, Rogue.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
just-
Well, the light itself seems the same. Still following, still scanning. However, the rest of that system that looks like a transporter-ish thing now has a significant amount of power running through it, which it previously did not have. But there's no sign of activity other than what I've already said.
It seems like the transporter system may be preparing for something. Brevity might be the way to go for the rest of this investigation.
Aye, Captain.
He shouts out of the room.
Who?
She shouts out of the room, sorry.
Alright.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
what do you want to do? You're in the room, lots of spheres.
I scan for
They are not glowing at all. They seem to be dormant.
Oh, was mine glowing
It was when it was emitting radiation.
when I bought it?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, right. So
Kind of milky, almost like a salt sphere, but not quite, more like quartz.
Yeah.
Like a bit of a transparency quartz,
Mm-hmm.
smoky.
Sure. So I still scan for radiation, just to be sure.
Scan. You detect, since you've already detected it from the ship, you detect very, very slight amounts, trace amounts of residual Tetrian radiation, not from the spheres, but from the kind of armor plating on the walls and ceiling and floor.
All right. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Right, and there's just these spheres on the shelves on this room.
Yes.
Okay. And like, how is it lit? How is the room lit?
There are some lights and the panels on the ceiling.
Sure. So, yeah, I'd probably head out again.
You head out.
Actually, no. Actually, no. I can't. Yeah, I don't know. I can't find out anything more about the spheres, right? If I touch them or anything.
I mean, something might happen if you touch them. Then you'd find out more. And if nothing happens, then you find out that nothing happens if you touch them.
No, I'll head out. I'll just head out.
Okay. So you do that. Rogue, what do you want to do?
Well, I scanned everything, yeah?
Yes. You're fairly sure that this controls the asteroid's defensive systems. again, so on the outside, like the shield, there is also some sort of what you think is probably some sort of feedback pulse system that's tied in with the shield, but you're not sure how it works.
Kind of wonder how the shield works.
I mean, the captain just said something about brevity, so now might not be the best time to investigate fully.
Time
But
is
of course,
the essence.
you can do what you want.
Hold on.
Mhm.
How loud did she say it?
How loud?
Loud enough to be heard.
Okay.
It wouldn't make much sense if she said it so quiet that
sorry,
she wouldn't
Captain,
think
I
that
didn't
anyone would
hear
hear.
Considering you both were in separate rooms and she was in the hallway, she said it quite loudly.
Yeah. Besides, I heard it, so.
So, what do you want to do then, Rogue? What's Nero gonna do?
I did scan it, right?
Yes.
I'll find out later. And goes out of the room.
Okay, you exit the room. So, where do you want to go? There is one room on the right that hasn't been explored yet, as well as the room on the far end of the corridor.
I'll go on the right one.
Okay. You enter it, and there seems to be... It's not that wide, but it's fairly long, and the walls have racks or where there's all sorts of different equipment on there. Quite massive. A quick scan reveals some of this looks like it's scientific equipment. Others, you're not sure what it is. You would require a roll and significant amount of time to find out. It looks like some sort of equipment storage room.
I'm just gonna scan. What's the roll?
Okay, if you wanna... Okay, go ahead. So it's gonna be insight plus engineering. Or reason plus engineering. And the difficulty, it's just gonna be... It's just gonna be how much time it will take you to find out the information.
Or is it insight or
Insight or
engineering?
reason... Insight or reason plus engineering.
Okay. Complication range?
1.
Okay. Anything else I need to know? Probably communication rolling.
Cyanenessines.
What?
Precisely.
Twitch chat.
Yes.
2.
Oh, hey, look at that.
So,
Oh, I love my.
you begin scanning the equipment, and yes, indeed, some of this does look like it is measuring equipment. Some of it is quite rudimentary. Others, you're not sure what it's supposed to be measuring. There's technology in here that's completely alien to you. Some other parts of it look like they might be some sort of... Again, they look a little bit like pattern enhancers, like for transporters that give you a better transporter signal, but it doesn't... It looks like a lot of this equipment is designed for very specific uses that, without knowing the context, is pretty hard to determine what they're used for. However, you can determine that none of this looks like weapons. It all looks like scientific equipment. and or engineering equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Captain, what are you doing?
I think I'm still monitoring that power buildup.
The power buildup has reached a plateau and is no longer building up. Nothing else seems to have happened in the system. Actually, I say that, but actually...
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah, nothing else seems to have happened in the system.
Nice.
I would like to call the bridge and have them monitor for transporter activity in case those systems do activate.
Okay.
And I warn everyone else who is in here that whatever it might be able to do, it's probably ready to do so at a moment's notice. So careful.
All right. The bridge acknowledges and gets ready for whatever might happen. So, now you've all finished looking in. Yes. Beep, beep, careful, indeed. So, you've all finished investigating your rooms. There's one room left at the far side. What do you want to do?
If everyone has emerged from their rooms.
I would assume so, yes.
Sure.
Right. Then I guess make a formation to the room at the end.
Okay. Room at the end. Door opens. Actually, it looks like a sort of an airlock. There's a small chamber with another corridor-sized door at the end. You'll enter. The door behind you closes. Far door opens. And yes, the space is very large, like I said before. It looks like there are some sort of... So the walls in here look very techy. Lots of things that look like maybe emitters or coils or maybe antenna, you're not sure. Lots of stuff on the walls, lots of mechanical stuff on the walls and ceiling. The floor is pretty much covered in metal grates, below which are more of this tech. The room isn't that brightly lit, but it's lit well enough that you can see the entirety of it. It is empty, aside from the atmosphere, and now you. So, what would you like to do?
Guess start scanning some of this tech in the walls.
Sure, I do that as well.
Okay.
Probably just everyone scanning
Sure.
different segments of the room.
In this case, I'm going to allow one scan and one assist.
Okay.
Going to be engineering plus, I would say, either reason or insight.
Ugh.
It's 12 for me with reason.
I do insight. That's 14 for me. So it's engineering?
Engineering, yes.
Right, that's 14. Okay.
Nero?
13.
Okay. Then you should probably assist.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe spend a momentum, get an extra die on this.
And we've got 5.
Let's do that then.
Okay. Do you have any talents that might help you?
Who?
Anyone who's participating.
Collaboration engineering? I don't know what that does.
Because that allows collaboration allows you to if
Whoever's assisting you gets to use your score.
Yes.
And one of your focuses.
Yes.
All right.
So then Nero's also rolling with the 14.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. If you want to use
do that. Sure. Let's use that then.
Go on.
So what does? Okay, sure. Yeah, of course. 2 dice. That's fine. I'll just roll.
Wait, 2 dice?
Oh wait.
3.
No,
you bought
3.
an extra one.
Oh yeah.
So roll again. Roll all 3.
Oh.
Okay.
Sure.
That's an 18 as well. So now the assist.
That's why you roll right the first time.
So this is now the assist, and you get, if you're using the collaboration, you get to use the. I mean, yeah, that's a 1 anyway.
That's a 1 anyway.
Yep.
It's fine.
Okay, that's 3.
9. Yeah.
Okay. So with 3, you figure out a lot of this equipment. It seems to be this whole chamber appears to be one massive Tetrion bombardment chamber.
Oh.
There is residual trace amounts of Tetrion radiation around, but nothing. It's negligible. There also look like there are parts of this grid also look similar to warp coils in how, because warp coils in MMA cells are things that bend space-time to shorten the distance in front of you and expand it behind you, thus allowing you to essentially travel a shorter distance, so essentially travel faster than light. So some of these parts remind you of that as well. And you also find what looks like at the far end of the room, so you've got to walk about maybe 200 meters, a set of consoles, 2 in front, then 2 at a 90-degree angle on either side, kind of forming like a C shape facing the center of the room. And there are so many dials and buttons and levers on here. There's also a display. And yes, do you have any questions? Also, since Shiun probably be looking out for it, the box, the puzzle box, seems to be glowing a very faint blue. You scan it, it's not emitting any sort of radiation, it's just faintly glowing.
Huh.
Was it glowing before?
No.
It seems that the box may be linked to something in this room or responding to something within it. However, I must insist that we not randomly press buttons on a console in a Tetrion radiation bombardment chamber.
Yes. My thought exactly, Captain.
Also, since you rolled that well, a little detail is around those consoles, on the floor as well, the ceiling, which is quite high up, you detect currently inactive force field emitters.
Well, the box, however it may work, was what allowed us to get through the outer force fields, so perhaps that is keeping these inactive as well. Though I cannot say for certain.
Okay, now...
Can I scan the puzzle box? No, I already did, and it's just glowing.
It's just glowing, it's inactive otherwise.
Okay.
Okay.
But it seemed inactive before too, so
Yes.
who knows?
Okay. At this point, someone leaves the call.
Nero passed out.
Yeah, probably due to the radiation, which you didn't detect.
Wait, what?
Come on. Anytime now.
A second now. 10 minutes later.
I think maybe his internet cut out or something because he's not online anymore either.
Yeah,
Man.
probably.
Check his pulse. There we are.
Oh, hey!
Just as Mr.
Welcome
W
back.
went online on Discord as well.
Ah,
Hello, welcome. What happened? What happened? You missed the Borg fight.
Oh, did I? Oh well, what a pity.
yeah.
So, just as this is happening, Captain, you think your communicator chirps a little bit. You do flip it open. You answer it.
Yes.
Flip it open.
Not going to ignore it when I asked the bridge to monitor
Yes.
things and this.
Yeah.
At this point, someone on the ship, on the Pathos, whoever's currently at comms, needs to make a roll assisted by the ship. This is to have the communication integrity. So what would you like to do? It's going to be a difficulty 2 roll.
Maybe give them an extra die.
Sure.
Okay,
It
Ro?
won't hurt the roll.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
Great.
That was
it turns out it did hurt the roll.
although that die kind of landed on the edge there. If you can see that,
I
if you've got
see
the
that.
3D. Have you got the 3D dice?
no.
Actually, hold on. Take a quick screenshot of it. So there you go.
Do we count that?
So I'll just quickly put it in. I would say yes.
I would say
Yeah.
I would say no because
Like, in the realm of critical roll, it's a cocked die and
Yeah.
you re-roll it.
If
However,
they-
they are not actually physical dice.
If these,
It's just
if these were real dice, I would say re-roll it.
Yeah.
But since
But
roll
the computer
20
says it's
recognized
20.
it,
Yeah.
and we all know what happens when you don't go along with what the computer says.
Mm-hmm.
So now the ship assists. So let's see. Who wants to roll for the ship? This time it's actually the ship. Dodd or Rogue, one of you? Maybe?
I haven't made a lot of rolls yet,
Okay, go ahead.
so
This is going to be communication plus... Let's do command.
okie doke.
1.
Oh, look,
Okay,
an extra.
so that's 2 successes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also,
So it succeeds, but there is that
yeah,
complication.
which I'm not going to turn into threat.
Ooh.
Yeah, didn't think so.
Which, I mean, it is good because that means that now I won't have to actually spend any threat to do this. Okay,
Glad to
Hey.
give that to you.
so
Mm-hmm.
flip it open. Lots of static. It's kind of difficult to understand what they're saying. Maybe this room's shielded in a yes, this room's probably shielded in a particular way, but it does get through enough to be able to get the gist. You hear something like approaching, warp speed not detected.
I believe we should vacate.
The premises.
Yes.
Oh,
And
Okey-dokey.
start moving everyone out.
Agreed, Captain. Let's head back to the shuttle.
Okay. So
We all bolted to the shuttle.
you
Is
approach.
this gonna be one of those really fast, bumpy ride jobs?
Mm.
We'll see.
So, damn right. Okay, so you
I haven't got the tree
head to that little airlock at the edge of this room. Takes a moment. The doors to close. Something runs in the background. Door in front opens. The box stops glowing. By the way,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
you run along the corridor to the other end. Doors open. The kind of landing shuttle bay area thing with a carved out rock walls. The shuttle's still there. Looks like it hasn't moved at all. You board it. Space doors open. And Nero, would you like to pilot the shuttle normally, or would you like to rush to the Pathos?
Probably rush.
Yeah, let's go rush.
Okay, in that case I'm going to need a con plus daring roll from you. Difficulty 1. Yeah, VGR also wants you to rush it.
Get there, rush it.
I can't see
Eliza.
Bugia because my laptop decided to go
So that's what
when it had
happened.
the stream and WhatsApp at the same time, and it's just decided to go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a hissy fit. You're doing too much.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
yeah.
what are we doing? Sorry.
It's going to be a daring plus engineering
Focus,
roll with a
baby.
difficulty of 1.
Yeah.
And the complication range on
Focus.
this is going to be 2.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Right. Rolling 2 dice. I have small craft focus.
Sure.
Yeah. Right. Slow down when I'm doing this because don't have a hissy fit. Right. Daring con 2, and we
Oh,
will.
great. Another campaign where we need to get science eyes to our pilot.
Which haven't been invented yet.
Yep.
That happens
Are we good now?
surprisingly often.
Yeah.
Ah, poof.
Hmm.
Huh. 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Right.
Hey, you talk about Neo here.
So you've generated 1 momentum. Congratulations. So we're now at. Well, 1 would evaporate because you're changing scenes. So we're at 3 still.
Alright.
The shuttle might assist. Dodd, do you want to roll for it?
Sure.
So let me give you the number. It
Neo
is.
gets out. He can.
What is it? 6.
6. Okay. Sure. Yeah, this is.
Just
this is
don't
gonna
get
work
a
great.
what's it? We're fine.
I promise nothing.
And it's. Okay.
We're
so-
fine.
There you go. Okay.
Neo skill
Pilot
again.
out
Oh yeah.
and hit the impulse drive, the reaction control thrusters as you move along, you can see the shape of the Pathos emerging on the corner as you kind of go around the edge of the asteroid. You can see the debris field, things moving very slowly, ever so slightly, moving over, and you can see that they've already, as you're approaching, they're opening the shuttle bay doors. And do you want to pilot it in manually and land, or do you want the tractor beams to handle it? If you pilot it in manually, I mean, with that roll, that'll work for that as well. It'll be quicker anyway. Okay,
I'll
so
do
you
it
pilot
manually
it
anyway.
in
I have the skills to pay the bills.
You pilot it in onto the turntable. Because yes, there's a turntable to turn the shuttles around. The doors close, pressurized as the turntable's still going. The doors open, and you can step out if you want to, just as the shuttle is finishing to rotate on the turntable.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
I have the skills to pay the bills, so why not?
So, you...
Heading back toward the bridge, I think I will activate comms on the way. To, like,
yeah, you've got to press the button on the intercom for that. Because, yes. Okay. I'm guessing you want to
what was that message?
Here you can hear Westaker saying, "Captain, we've got company. Outside at the debris field, closing in at warp. It looks like it's the Bashar."
I'm gonna run to the...
I assumed as much. Well,
So what do you want to do?
Well, I
To
don't
the
wait till the
bridge.
turntable finishes. I just jump off and then run right to the pilot seat. I'm doing this Nero style.
Okay.
As it does just something, it turns around, just jumps out, and it goes, "Let's."
It's the equivalent of exiting the bus when the doors open before the bus comes to a stop.
Yep.
Oh, what happened?
Style.
Why are you two no longer connected to Roll20?
Who?
Dodd and...
Oh,
now you are.
It says your connection to the server has been interrupted.
Oh, no, here we are. Now you're back.
no, I was.
That's weird because...
I got no messages. I was fine the whole time.
That is really strange because OBS is saying that the upload speed is fine. Anyway, so...
this message, for some reason. It's the
Anyway.
first
Oh,
time.
enough fit.
It's the first time I've ever seen that, and there is again. Top left.
Anyway, I think I also instruct us to get out of range of where we got the message, which prompted us to enter the code. Since we know the Bashal were trying to break into this thing, I think I'd rather have it maintain its own defenses.
Assuming that you've not completely disabled them.
Yeah, we don't know what Nero did, so
Or what
nor
you
do we
did,
entirely
Brian.
know what we did.
Yeah. Okay, so as you get to the bridge, you can see on the view screen you're already out of the range. You're now at long range from the asteroid. You all get to your stations. The ship is in red alert at this point, which means weapon systems are online, shield systems are up. And what do you want to do?
Prepare to fire. Open hailing frequencies. I don't expect this to go well.
Okay. At this point, the Bashal ship is still outside of the debris field, which means they've probably not detected you. Just a little bit of information before, so do you still want to do that, what you said?
Try and get us out of here.
Was that a yes or
Backwards.
no, Dodd? Or are you thinking?
Thinking. So, option 1, we move even further away to continue not being detected and see what they do. option 2, we contact them and confront them directly.
Those seem
I like them
reasonable.
both for different reasons.
Same.
I kind of like.
My
option
only
one.
concern with letting them do as they will is that if we have deactivated the defenses, then they might just destroy the asteroid and all the information contained is lost to us.
I mean, you could test if the asteroid's defenses are enough. Should engineering prepare a torpedo?
Maybe just launch a probe at it.
Yeah.
That was a serious recommendation, by the way.
Yeah,
Yes.
I send a probe.
Okay.
Okay.
You...
Oh yeah.
Okay. You send a probe. Hold on, I need to mark that off. Because now you only have 238 probes remaining.
Oh no.
During the danger zone.
Uh-huh.
Totally.
So, you can see on the view screen the little flare of the probe as it's moving out towards the asteroid. Are you shooting it at the asteroid or beside it?
Had it.
I think at it
At it.
is the only
okay.
way to actually test the defenses properly, since they didn't activate until we got close.
Mm-hmm. So, flies closer, 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 closer. So, hold on, one moment. So Jay Baylor is on sensors and saying, "Sir, the probe is being scanned. No defenses seem to be activating. Probe flies over, impacts the asteroid, shatters."
Mm-hmm.
At this point, Westaker says, maybe they saw it wasn't a threat. Nero, you, meanwhile, see on your readout the child ship is just dropped out of warp outside of the debris field. They still probably haven't seen you yet, seeing as how bad for sensors the whole debris field is, and how their technology level is generally lower than that of the Federation.
I do not feel comfortable risking the integrity of that data on this assumption. I believe it is time to open hailing frequencies.
Okay. So, what do you do, Miss Twossock?
Open hailing frequencies.
Okay. What message do you want to send, Captain?
Hailing frequencies open, sir.
Something along the lines of like, we are here investigating the reasons for these ships being destroyed. What is your purpose? And I give like the identification, like
Yes,
where the
yes,
USS
yes.
Pathos, Federation, blah 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 blah.
Aye, Captain.
Message gets sent. There's a good long period of silence. They don't respond, but they also seem to have halted their progress. They are now stationary just outside the debris field. They don't seem to be doing anything at this point. Although it is you're too, because you're in the debris field, you can't detect whether they've got shields up or anything like that. You can only vaguely detect where their position is, but nothing more than that.
Mm-hmm.
United Federation Police Department.
Federatory.
Federatory.
Yes. Right.
I'd like to send another message.
Yes, Captain?
Something like, due to our previous interactions with the Bashal, if you do not declare your purpose now, we will have to inform you have a hostile intent.
Aye, Captain. And I sent that.
Okay. At this point, Nero, you see that they've started moving further in, entering the debris field. Slowly getting closer to your position.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Okay. Do you want to do anything, or do you want to wait until they get here?
Think
Are we in yellow alert?
Red.
Right.
we're red. Yeah.
Just to check. Okay. I'd say probably wait. I mean, our shields are up, so...
Are we between them and the asteroid, or off to the side, or behind it, or what?
At this point, you are between, but you can maneuver. You have plenty of time. I mean, it's going to take them, given how slowly they're going, it's going to take them at least half an hour to get to where you are. They seem to be taking it quite cautiously.
And given our previous scans of Bashal ships, should they be able to send and receive comms under these conditions?
Yes.
I don't know.
Prepare to fire at the first sign of energy buildup in their weapon systems.
Okay, so you basically want to ready an action.
Yes.
Half an hour in advance. Okay. Okay, sure.
Basically, like, once they get in range.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Be ready to do that.
So, about half an hour later, you can see on the view screen this kind of bulbous brownish shape emerging from the debris field. Bit difficult to differentiate at first, but yes, this is a Bastille ship. It looks not identical, but similar to the one that you've encountered before. They approach. They're at long range. Get into medium range. They stop just shy of getting into close range. And they're hailing.
They're hailing us, sir.
Of course. Now they want to talk.
It appears
Now
so.
that we are in close range. I see. Bring it up.
Okay. On the view screen, you can see it looks like a bright yellow light that's kind of in a very cloudy brown fog, essentially. And as it speaks, it kind of flashes a little bit with the voice. It says, "Federation Starship, you are not welcome here."
Setting aside the fact that you ignored our previous attempts at communications, a tactic we are unfortunately familiar with, given previous interactions, we were sent here to investigate destroyed ships, which we have been. However, as far as we know, this space has not been claimed. Are you saying you have a claim to this space that means we should not be allowed to be present?
You will not interfere with our holy mission. Our trouble is not with you. Exactly, show us the papers.
Who is it with?
The Chamber of Secrets must be destroyed.
Of course you called it that.
Wow, and Harry Potter to the edit while you're right as well.
Come on.
Why?
Eradication is needed. Danger.
What sort of danger?
Voice says, "It is difficult to communicate over these channels. Perhaps we could meet." At this point, they have not raised their shields at all, or powered up the weapons or anything like that.
Your communication systems seem to be operating perfectly well. And we have not had any communication with your kind in the past, which implies you would be able to communicate ideas better in person.
Some moments pause. And then there is kind of ear-piercing sound all around you. Again, a scan, like you've been scanned before. And Westaker kind of looks at you, whether this is a thing that he should fire because of, or whether he should hold his fire. What kind of look do you give him?
Give a holding signal.
Okay. There's another pause, and the voice says, "We would have offered refreshments, but it is unnecessary. You will not hinder us. We will prevail." And they cut comms and begin to accelerate towards the asteroid.
Fire.
Okay. So, do you want to target any specific subsystem or just in general? It will increase the difficulty from 2 to 3 if you target a specific subsystem, because we don't have the fast targeting sensors or whatever they're called.
No, not on this shit.
Okay, if you're thinking this long about it, then since it's just a momentary reaction thing, he's not going to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Much as I would like to target their weapon system, I don't think now is the time to start blowing momentum.
Okay. So
make sure we hit.
Okay. So he's just gonna roll normally. Okay. Huh. I mean, that's 3 right there. Okay. So, ship assists. Who would like to roll for the ship? Rogue, how about you? It's security plus weapons. Okay. That's another success, sure. Okay, now let's do that. He gets to roll damage. Phaser banks, I'm assuming. Okay. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 1 effect, which that effect gains 2 bonus momentum, which you could put into either things like piercing, which ignores resistance, or extra damage.
Let me pull up my Starship Combat document.
Oh, hello, Robin.
Hello.
Oh, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's next door. Alright, you're being loud.
Alright. Combat momentum spends.
Hmm.
So we can add 2 damage, ignore 4 resistance. Rerolling
Reroll.
isn't going to help us.
You could reroll, or
But we can only reroll the effect dice. Which there's only one of, I think.
no, that's the challenge dice symbol.
Oh, right. Right. I remember my own coding. It was a while ago. There were 3 that didn't score. Can hit a second system for half the damage. We could get a second attack as part of the same turn. That is added difficulty.
Mm-hmm. I think you can also drain power, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. Drain 1 power for each momentum.
We did hit, but we need to figure out what to do with the extra 2 bonus momentum before we I can resolve the attack.
So I would debate between ignoring 4 resistance, getting a second attack, and taking away 2 power. Because we know their previous attempts to destroy this thing overloaded their weapon systems.
Sure.
Yeah, I agree as well.
Sure, those are 3 options we have. I narrowed them down. Opinions, please.
I can't input anything here.
Obviously.
Yeah, I like the idea of doing an extra attack. Why not? Sounds like fun.
But it would be at an increased difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, can we buy dice?
But ignoring 4 resistance would guarantee
Oh yeah.
we do more to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's from-
Ignore resistances.
That's,
That's actually a lot better.
yeah, it's probably better. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 momentum in penetration,
Mm-hmm.
ignores 4 resistance.
Okay. Okay, so fires as the Pathos kind of turns. Blue beams of energy shoot out as I get up my random hit table. One moment. I always forget that thing. So there we go, system hit table. So, blue beam of energy shoots out as you hear that phaser sound and hits the shields, powerful enough to punch through slightly, giving a breach to the structure. Okay. I should probably keep track of this somewhere.
I will also be keeping track of it.
Okay. I'm not going to stop you, even if I could.
Yes. That would be a tricky thing to prevent.
Yes. Okay. So, you've done that. Now, this explosion as it hits the ship, they are... Let's see, what are they gonna do? Okay. By the way, they did raise the shields before.
Yes. I remember.
Yeah. So, they're going to spend a little bit of power to maneuver to keep the asteroid between you and them. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so that's 2. Sure. So, that's what they're going to do. Now, back over to you. What do you want to do? Now, Westake has already taken his turn this round.
Yes. So I can get us more momentum with a speech.
Oh, yes,
Nero can...
I love that mechanic.
Yes. Nero can get that asteroid no longer between us, preferably with an attack pattern, if we are allowed to do that, as part of the same action.
So look, keep talking. I'll.
Yep. And Doviah doesn't have much to do at this point because, yeah, we can't have multiple people doing the same thing. And we haven't taken any damage yet.
Okay, so I would say. You could, but it's just going to add the difficulty of... You could have it as... So if you wanted to have the attack pattern thing, you could have it be as 2 separate rolls, but then it would take on either you spend momentum to keep the initiative, but then actually no, the same character couldn't go again. So no, it would be until the next round. Or you could have it as 1 roll with attack pattern, but the difficulty would get added onto that. So instead of 2, the difficulty 2, which because they got 2 successes, would be added onto it, so it would be difficulty 4 instead. I know we've got a few minutes overtime, but I would really like to finish this this episode. This stream, the episode,
right.
I mean.
Then we need to maneuver in order to hit them at all. So
By the way,
I don't think it's worth it.
Another little note, as they were approaching the asteroid to maneuver around it, the asteroid's shields did come back on.
Okay.
So what do you want to do? Nero. What do you want to do? I'm assuming the captain's given an order
to maneuver around the asteroid so we can hit them again without getting so close that the asteroid might lower its defenses for us.
Okay.
Just in case it continues to recognize us as a welcome ship.
Okay.
So, do you want to just do a
Probably won't, but I don't want to risk it.
So Nero, do you want to do a normal maneuver this would be against them, so it would be a difficulty 2 to just get on the same side of the asteroid as them. Or you could do an attack pattern, which would decrease the difficulty of the next attacks made by the ship until your next turn, but it's going to be difficulty 4 instead of 2.
I'm just going to stick to the 2-1.
Okay, so that's just going to be maneuver. So there's going to be either control or daring plus con, assisted by the ship's con plus engines.
Control. 2 dice. Is it complication 1?
Yes.
Cool. How much dice we got?
We've got 3 momentum currently.
Nah, just I'll just hope and pray. Actually. Hold on. We get values and stuff every session, don't we?
You regain a determination point at the beginning of every session, yes. Interesting drawing there.
I know.
That's right. Yeah, that's fine.
Is it though?
Yeah, that's fine.
Ah,
I'll take it.
2. Okay.
Nice.
So, Kango, would you like to roll for the ship?
Oh, that was absolutely.
Would you like to roll for the ship?
Yes.
Yeah, the 2.
I got a 2. So close.
Go for the ship. That is, what roll is that?
Con plus engines. Assisting.
Actually, one moment. It'll probably roll again, but I'll just roll for the ship now. 1.
Okay, 1.
Right.
Which means you've generated a point of momentum. Congratulations. So we're at
Thank
4. Ship comes around. You can see the Bastrala trying to keep
Yeah.
to keep it the asteroid between you two, but they're not quite managing. The Pathos is apparently more maneuverable and or has a better pilot. So, but that's happening here. Now it's their turn again. Guess what they're trying to do?
Lost the Middlerines. Oh no, the asteroid, isn't it?
They're gonna try to blow something to smithereens.
The asteroid, sorry. Is it the asteroid?
It is the asteroid, yes. So, let's
destroy the
have a
asteroid
look.
before they can get destroyed. That will be still a success.
Okay, so what sort of, okay, let's see. There we go. Okay, good. I mean, it's a stationary target, so that hits. Ship assists. Does not assist. Okay, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Since they're disruptors. Got them again. No, they are shooting. It's now their turn to shoot. So, okay. So, as you come around, you see the Bastard ship just coming to view on the other side of the asteroid as this green energy kind of gathers on their hull, focusing on one point. This green beam of energy shoots out, hits the asteroid's shield, kind of creating some ripples. You can see a energy bolt going back along the disruptor beam, striking the ship, causing explosions to happen on that ship. So, now it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna give a speech.
You're gonna make a speech?
I'm gonna make a speech.
Okay, go ahead. Make a speech.
Alright.
Command plus presence. Difficulty 0. Do you want to buy dice for this?
Yeah, that's how this works.
Yep.
Alright. I don't think any focuses would help. I could like almost argue a couple of them, but I don't think so. Okay. Let's hope for the best. It's a 17, so
Okay. Okay, so we're at max.
focus would have made a difference, though.
Okay, but we're at max anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
Nice.
Captain gives a remarkably inspiring yet logical speech. And you all feel
The most inspiring logic in the world.
Yes.
Oh,
So,
yes.
that's what you do. Now it's their turn. They are going to attempt to do the exact same thing again, because guess what?
We'll also do an inspirational speech.
Nope. They've got
Um,
more than one tactical console. So,
Oh, lovely.
oh no. Why did they have to bring us a pair?
okay, I mean that's still one success. Ah.
God damn it.
Uh,
And the Federation didn't think about building more
6.
than one?
That's
There are starships with multiple tactical consoles.
Uh-huh.
Ours is not one of them because it is not a combat-focused vessel.
Yeah, if you have 4 or more security, then you get 2 tactical consoles. We've got 3 security. So, yeah, if only they knew. So, again, there's kind of the hull has got multiple ruptures along it. Again, this green energy forms on the hull of the ship, focusing on a point as this lance of disruptor energy shoots out, hits the asteroid's shield, causing ripples to go all the way around, and like a punching bag, swinging back around, this bolt of energy shoots back, causing massive explosions on board their ship. Jay Baylor says, Captain, I'm reading an overload in their warp core. Now, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
Are they close enough to the asteroid that an overloaded warp core might hurt it?
Well, if the shield of the asteroid were down, yes, definitely. With the shield up, you don't know how strong the shield is, but considering the amount of ships around here, it would probably be fine.
Well,
What do you want to do?
I would say us to get out of the way before it blows up, but I can't do that.
So, I'm a bit torn.
So is their ship.
I'm not sure if their actions would be interpreted as hostile enough to override typical procedures of attempting to rescue people from a ship that's about to be destroyed.
It's a grey area. And if you want to spend one bit of momentum for obtaining information, you could ascertain how long it might be before the warper explodes. Transport them all to the brig. Are you certain, Captain? I'm not of the belief that the brig is an ideal place to brig. I said brig. Yes.
So
But yes.
the only thing is, I'm not sure we could hold this type of entity in the brig. I
True.
don't think we understand them enough.
It might just
to do
pass
that.
through the force field.
Or do any other number of things while
Mhm.
they are on our ship.
Exactly. That is very true.
I hate gray areas.
Oh, sorry, next time we'll play Star Wars then.
That
No.
still has grey areas.
I know.
Yeah.
I am one of all those grey areas. I'm a grey Jedi.
I mean, the other players can also give input on what they think you should do. It's not...
I would love it if the other
Because
players gave
just
input
because
on
you're the
things.
captain doesn't mean that you as a player have to make all the decisions.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome!
Shockingly, the bridge is usually encouraged to give their opinions on things.
Well, I think we should get out of here before we end up being boom myself. I don't think our shields are as strong as theirs are.
Yeah, the bridge is like a collective source of opinions. It's...
You could ask your first officer what he thinks.
What does the first officer think?
So, Westayers, they're looking quite tense, standing kind of behind you, or looking over your... Actually, no, he's in the front. Sorry, my mistake. I'm thinking of the other. Anyway, so he's at the front, the tactical console. President says, Captain, I think we need to go in. We need to try to save them. Maybe we can understand more about them if we can manage it.
Open hailing frequencies.
Hailing frequencies open, sir. Yes.
Yeah, hailing frequencies are
It
open.
seems you are set to destroy your own ship. I, as a Federation captain, would like to offer contained sanctuary. We could evacuate your vessel if you are willing.
You can, so as they respond, you can hear in the background explosions and metal warping in the background. Says, we accept your offer.
All right.
Now that's taken one turn to do the communications. I'm going to count that as
Yes.
one turn.
Yeah.
So let's
Opening
move
hailing
over.
frequencies is an action, so.
Yeah, let's move over to the next round. So you've all got your actions back. What do you want to do?
Shall I end the communication, Captain?
Yes, let's see. It's been a round. No, you don't need to. You don't need to. It's that's
Okay. Okay.
what do you want to do? You're currently at medium range.
Would it require an action to do that? Obtain information to see how long it would take for their ship to explode?
No.
Or could that be like a minor
No,
action?
I'm just gonna give it to you for free. If you, well, I say for free. I'm free of time. It will
Yes.
cost a momentum.
I would like to spend that 1 momentum
Okay.
since we're
Okay.
currently full.
Everybody,
Sure.
right?
I agree.
Okay. So, their warp core is going to explode next round. When next round? You're not sure. Sometime next round.
Your best chance is for us to coordinate our transporter operations. We will
But
get
this-
as many out as we can.
As you say, half of that transmission it gets staticky and cuts.
Well,
So
Very well then. So last time we interacted with the Bashal, I think I remember something weird about the transporter situation.
you mean that you didn't get beamed off their ship when you thought you did?
No, like when they beamed on our ship, I feel like there was some condition like they had to use their transporters because ours weren't familiar with their alien biology enough to reassemble them properly.
Yes, there was a difficulty increase if they didn't use theirs. At least I believe that was the case. If not, then
I'm checking my notes.
well, yeah. Should also keep an eye on the time.
Yeah. Oh god. It's too hard to find.
Okay, we'll just say that it's going to be a difficulty increase of 1 because of that.
Okay.
So because you're at medium range, it's going. So okay, so if you try to transport them on whatever you can log onto the transporter pads, it's going to be a difficulty of 1 because you're transporting from a non-transporter pad to a transporter pad location. Then +1 because you're at medium range, and then another +1 because of the nature of what you're transporting. So that's going to be 3. If you want to do it from now, you could move closer, using Nero's turn this round to move closer, so to drop that to difficulty 2, but that means that you will only be able to move away sometime next round.
Yes. Alright. I think at the end of the day, Shiun has to prioritize the safety of her own crew. Here.
Okay.
And attempt to transport. Just attempt transporting as much as we can.
Okay. That is going to be a roll for Mr. Zaveru. And he's going to do it personally. And he's got transporters and replicators.
And probably send Doviah down to help when it's their turn.
Okay. So, dice, anyone? So this is for him?
Yes.
Yeah.
So more successes probably beams more over if we extra succeed, or is it just...
Probably yes.
Okay.
Plus you need 3 to succeed anyway.
Yeah.
But the ship assists, so...
Yeah.
I think buying more dice on Zaveru will be the best way to go. I think buying 2 dice might be the way to go here.
Plus he's got cautious anyway, so...
Yeah.
But he's also got bold.
And then we could buy another die for Doviah when she goes, and still have 1 left to help Nero get us out of the blast zone.
Okay.
Sounds good. Okay.
So
Right.
you want to buy how many dice for Severo? 2?
2.
Okay. So focus used yes. Complication range 2. Okay, so here we go. Okay, and that
Okay.
mattered. So
Well,
that's 4. So you've generated 1 momentum back. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm. And we can re-roll that complication.
Yes.
Great.
1.
Ooh.
1.
So you've
Yeah.
got 4 momentum. Now,
And the ship.
Dodd, would you like to roll for the ship?
Sure.
Sensors plus, in this case, I would say engineering.
Okay.
Yes, engineering.
Okay. Okay.
Ah,
Oh, no.
Wow.
Okay.
6 successes.
so we're at 5 momentum. As he starts beaming things over, energy signatures that are probably life size. Get beamed over. You, so that's happening. Now they are at this point. Well, I mean, they might as well try to see if they can stop the warp core breach. That's 3 successes, which okay, that buys them a little bit more time. That doesn't quite stop it. So, what do you want to do now? Is that Doviah should move somewhere?
To the
Yeah.
transporter pad, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to beam
To
over?
help.
No. No. To help with the...
Transporting.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, yes.
Okay,
sure.
so you head over to the transporter room. You get there. You can see, as soon as the doors open, this bright light of these, almost like, well, these essentially lens flares, just floating around the room, and some more materialize on the transporter pad. So you moving there has taken your turn.
Mhm.
Now it's their turn, they've got nothing to do. So unless anyone here has something to do, what do you want to do? You could try to
What
retain the
can I
initiative.
do?
Although no, he's already, well, I suppose I suppose move actions, if you only move to a different place, if you retain the initiative, that character might then be able to act there. I suppose that's a reasonable thing. Because if you only move to a different part of the ship, then if you retain the initiative, then you can go there and act. I think that makes sense to me. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay,
That
so
makes sense.
would you like to spend one of those 5 momentum to retain the initiative, so that Doviah can act?
I think so. Since 2 of those momentum were regained from Zaveru anyway.
Mm-hmm.
We have more than we expected to.
Would you like to do this, everybody?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Would be good.
Okay, so you've spent 1. So now you can act. What do you want to do here?
I'd like to help the transporting.
In what
please.
way?
Well, take the levers and
Okay, so you want to actively...
man the
Okay.
console.
So roll 1 assistance dice in that case.
So that's
Engineering plus, I would say, control. Or daring.
1 die. Complication range?
In this case, 2.
Okay. Theatrics, no. Never lose hope, value, the 1 determination.
I don't think you can buy that if you're assisting. I think you have to
Yeah, that
lead
makes
or
sense.
because...
That makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Just straight up roll.
Hey, there you go.
Hey, look at that!
It's a 1. So we're
Great.
back on maximum momentum.
Oh, that's
Even
nice.
more get transported off. And now it's their turn. They can't do anything. So now what would you like to do? Players.
Do we know if they're all off yet?
You've not got all of them. You would have to spend probably at least another couple of rounds transporting. You haven't done any detailed scans to show how many are on board. You've just kind of scanning
We
an
do have a
area.
bunch of them in the transporter
Yeah,
room right now.
yeah.
We can probably ask how many are on their ship.
If you want to do that.
I
But
Yes.
judging by the size of the ship and how many were on the previous ship you encountered, it would take at least another few rounds. Maybe more. Depends how well you roll.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, just continue, I suppose.
And you said their repairs on their warp core bought us some time, right?
Yes, it bought you a little bit of time.
Do we know how much?
That'll be 1 momentum.
Well, we're back up to full.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine. That is fine.
Okay, then
We can
I have
spare
no
one.
position. So, instead of it happening at a random point next round, it's going to happen at the end of next round.
So we are currently in round 3.
You're currently in
now?
round 2.
Okay. Yeah, we are quite a bit over.
Yeah, but it's so close because I don't want to have just the end bit of this at the start of next stream, and then. Yeah, I know, and for you, you're in another time zone as well. I do get that, and I've got stuff to do as well, but I really would like to end this stream so we can start a fresh episode next time.
Okay, then yeah, I think transport as many as we can. Probably have the first 2 actions of round 3 being Zaveri transporting and Doviah assisting,
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
and then have Nero take off and
Okay,
raise the shield.
makes sense. So, Zaveri rolls. Any dice for him?
Yes, get this man 2 dice.
I still have enough for 1 dice, right?
We have 5.
Yeah, we still have
momentum.
2 momentum left after that.
2 left.
Cool. Because I think I need 1.
Basically, at the same situation we were at the beginning.
You
of
can
the
only
period.
buy 1 die because the ship will assist, and if Kango assists, that's going to be 5 dice in total. Okay.
Yeah, I can assist.
So I don't. I feel like we have multiple transporter rooms. Doviah should be able to be in another transporter room doing additional transporting.
True. The way it was said was to assist, so I took that in that sense.
I
but
said help do
True.
transporting.
Okay, sure. Then let's say that Doviah's in a different transporter room. Okay, so
Sure.
then we can do this. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
So
Okay.
let's roll. Ha.
Well,
Okay. Dodd, would you like to roll for the ship?
Sure. Sure. Look at that.
Ha.
well,
Wow.
damn.
Okay.
Again.
That's 2 we've generated, so we're at 4. We have lots
Yeah.
of people. Kango, roll please.
I shall roll 1 die.
No.
Complication range-
We said you
No.
were going to do
of course, sorry.
a
So it's
separate roll.
complication range what?
2, and difficulty 3, and controller daring plus engineering.
And now you can use determination and get an extra die.
Yes.
Great. I shall do it with a never lose hope.
Sure.
Okay. I shall roll.
3 dice.
Yes. Oh yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, here we go. Ooh.
Okay.
You have
What's-
cautious engineering.
Yes.
Why are you the one who's
I
telling him
do.
that?
Because I have it notated in my living document for this campaign. I have everyone's talents listed
That is very helpful.
with their descriptions.
Okay.
Okay. Then I shall use that to re-roll the 20. If possible. Okay.
Yes.
Just 1 die.
Okay.
Great.
That's 2.
Mhm.
Let's see
And
if
you
the
get
ship
a crit,
helps. Let's
because
see.
you spent determination.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Great.
So let's see if the ship helps. Rogue, would you like to roll for the ship? Engineering plus sensors, complication range 2. 1 assistance die.
Sensors engineering, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it complication range?
2.
Just same roll that was
Oh,
just
that's
made.
fine. Alright, okay.
Ah!
All right. 6.
Okay, 6. So that's 3 momentum. So that is 1 overflow.
Great.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, you got
Right,
as
now back
many
to my
as
plan.
you can. But, on the bridge, J. Baylor saying, "Sir, it's going critical."
Nero, get us out of here.
Okay. So, this is going to be I'm going to say this is going to be a difficulty 3, complication range 3. And I'm going to spend 1 point of threat to increase it to difficulty 4.
You probably have a value that applies here.
Of course I have value that lies here. It's my forte. So, what's the complication range?
Complication range is 3.
3, okay.
Right. So you can buy a crit, you can buy a 3rd die.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I just need to get 2.
The ship assists, of course.
What are we rolling?
You are going to be rolling con plus daring.
That's fine. Mm-hmm. So basically, either do it or don't. Damn.
Okay. Sure.
Mm.
So, did you... Okay, right. So that's the roll. You can't do anything about that, yes?
No.
Okay,
Not
well
the
you've got 2
critical
successes
fail,
already
no.
because of the crit. You've got 2 successes. You've already got 4 successes. So you did it. Now the ship gets to assist. So who would like to roll for the ship?
I can do it.
Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Someone do it.
Everyone, you heard first. There's a delay.
Oh, right. Wait, so who's
It sounded to
rolling?
me like we said it at the same time, but also I'm saying it over Discord, and you're in the
Ah.
same room, so I assume you heard.
I heard Kango say it a split second before.
I mean, you
Yeah,
can
so-
roll if you want to. It's...
Just go.
Sure.
Just
So
go.
so what roll?
Wait, are you saying
Sorry.
that to
I was not
Nero?
asking a question. I was telling you to do something.
I'm going.
So what is it? Was it?
Contrast engines.
That's 1 die. Complication.
And complication range is 3.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Damn it. Thought I would do it.
2.
2.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 6.
With a complication.
With a complication. Okay, so you need 4, so you've generated that 1 back, 1 overflow. Complication, I'm just going to turn into threat. And
Thank you.
so, as the Bastral ship explodes in a blindingly bright ball of plasma and light and heat, you expertly fly around, you manage to get an angle, you manage to get far enough away to get an angle out of, you see an opening from the debris that's shifting around, you can see space behind it. You punch the impulse engines and they flare up as you shoot through, narrowly missing some parts, as you manage to get clear as the Bastral ship explodes. You're safe.
Yay!
You don't take any damage. One more scene before we end. Would anyone like to go say hello to our guests?
Shiun definitely says hello
Yeah.
to our guests.
I mean, I'm right there, so...
Okay, so,
Yes.
alright.
No,
So...
I cannot say hello
Right,
to the
greetings
guests.
everyone.
You go-
The
you
brig
go-
is that way.
You go to the transport room, and even out in the corridor, they've kind of spilled out into the corridor, there are dozens of them. Floating around, lens flares floating around. What do you want to do?
Is your captain present?
One of them kind of floats forward and approaches you.
Greetings.
Greetings.
I hope now that we are going to be together on the same ship for some time, we can gain a better understanding of the situation.
That will not be necessary. We do
And
not.
why is that?
We do not plan on remaining here.
And where will you be going?
Home. As he says that, they all begin to fly through the wall and vanish. For going kind of downwards, not out of the ship, but to a specific location within the ship.
Mm-hmm.
There's dozens of them just flying out of the transporter room, through the wall, down passing through the corridor, down. Is there anything you want to do?
What's in that direction?
That's going to be a momentum. Up to information.
we have a bajillion momentum, and it's the end of the adventure.
Okay.
Let's
So there we
spend
go.
it. Let us spend it.
It is main deflector control.
Of course it is.
No, it legitimately is, and it makes
Yes.
sense.
I know.
It's so funny.
Where are they going?
Main deflector
Main
control.
deflector control.
Oh,
Who-
bloody damn main deflector roll. We don't like that one.
Who
no,
would have
no,
guessed?
no, no, just no.
So, is there anything you want to do? Well, I've
I
almost
would
gonna...
like to have engineers monitoring
Okay.
the situation to fix anything that they might interfere with.
So Zavaru's gonna roll Insight plus Engineering. Do you want him to buy dice? It's only gonna be
Yes.
difficulty 1.
Give him 1 die,
1 die.
so he can use cautious engineering if need be.
Okay. Need does not be.
Really? Really?
214.
Need does not be.
No, no, no.
What a sentence.
Just no. Just no.
Okay. So this is what happens. They gather in main deflector control. It's evacuated, so crew members are evacuated from it. Seem to interface with some of the equipment, and the deflector dish suddenly activates,
Oh.
fires a beam of energy through, well, partially through subspace in a specific direction, and all of the Bashal are gone. This is very similar to the thing that you saw
Yep.
fly off the previous time.
Yep.
So, with that,
Mystery solved.
there are no
A couple of them, anyway.
there's no damage, and you never even took a hit to your shields. So, with that, the episode's over. Congratulations.
Yay!
I think
Although that last roll there.
that's a cry of help.
Yeah.
That was the cherry on top.
Also,
Just
VGR,
no.
thank you for sticking with us. I know you're in a later
Yeah.
time zone,
Yes.
and
Hey,
thank you. Seriously.
thanks for staying almost an hour late.
Yeah, but really,
Yes.
if this wasn't enough for another episode, and
Yeah.
anyway, I don't need to reiterate on that. Oh, and Rimsbath as well.
Oh, hello. Hello again.
Anyway, let's
I agree,
let's
by
make
the
this
way.
quick. Does anyone have anything they would like to say at the end? Any feedback? Anything?
We've tied some stuff up,
Yes.
and we'll have an asteroid to explore more between adventures.
Between adventures, yes.
Yay.
Mm-hmm. That'll be interesting.
Yay.
Yes,
Where's that shield system?
Fades out. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. It was very interesting exploring the asteroid's inner inside
Mm-hmm.
and solving the whole thing. Yeah, that was
Well,
great.
solving the whole
Yeah,
thing.
solving, resolving.
Yeah. Anyway, let's really just end this now. So thank you all very much for watching and sticking with us here. This stream will be archived on YouTube. And that's pretty much it. So, good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.